Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy ACO Official back with a new video. Today we are looking at the Gucci flip-flops. On the screen now you should be able to see a number of different Gucci flip-flops. I've given each one a different number. What I want you to do is see if you can spot the fake ones. There are 2 of them only. So yeah, pause the video now, have a look at that and I'll be back in a second. Right, so if you said number 2 and number 5 were the fake ones, then you'd be right. If you got that right, you probably don't even need to watch the rest of the video. If you got it wrong though, I'm going to teach you today the main tells on how to spot fake Gucci flip-flops. Alright, so firstly, the fakes are always on the left, the real ones are on the right. The fakes are really poorly made, so what happens is with the boxes and stuff, they get very creased. You get rips in all the corners, you can see that here. And then the lettering on the Gucci is normally faded. The box is dirty as well, you can see all these black marks going across it. So if you look at the real one here, you can see there's no mess or anything, no creasing. And then looking on the letters there, you can see how cleanly that's been put on, no fading. And then also the box itself is just white. There's none of those silly marks or anything all over it. The real Gucci is also a bit bigger and the print just looks a bit finer in general. Okay, here I've got the box covers from the other side. You can see the real one's just got a slightly different color. This may be able to help you, so just take a note of that. And yeah, moving on. So quickly moving on to the dust bags, you can see the color of the fake one on the left is wrong. It's much too light. And if you look at this Gucci label that's been sewn on, it's not been sewn in correctly. I'm not sure how easily you're going to be able to see that, but the stitching basically goes all the way down on both sides. And what that means is if you try and put your finger through there, it can't get through. If you look at the real one, it's only been stitched once in each of the 4 corners, so you can literally just put your finger through all the way to the other side. And then even in terms of the neatness of the label itself and just how the Gucci's been embroidered, it's always just higher quality on the real ones, so that's something to look out for as well. You can also see there the colouring on the fake is off, the shape of it slightly off as well. The other thing to note is the real one's quite a bit taller than the fake one. Okay, that's enough on the dust bags now, so moving on to the slides. One of the most obvious tells is just this bridge bit that goes over your foot here. As you can see, the shape on the real one's much more of an arc. If you look at the fake ones, it's kind of bent on both slides. It kind of bends more into the center on both of them. Whereas on the real one, you can see the arcs just evenly spread. Bringing them closer together, there is a slight color difference as well. The real one is slightly darker, both the red and the green, but that is really difficult to tell. So I wouldn't really suggest using that to help you, especially if you're trying to buy online, because when people take pictures, they can obviously change the lighting slightly. One thing you can use though is the texture on this bit here. So that's the same here and up here. When you look at the real one compared to the fake one, you can see that there's a bit more of those little bubble things and they're a bit tighter together. And it also looks, I don't know if you can tell under this lighting here, but it looks a bit shinier. Definitely does in normal daylight anyway than it does on the fake one. So those are a couple of tells for you just looking from the front. There's also Gucci written on the sides here. Okay, so here we've got the fake on the top, real on the bottom. What you can see on the fake one is just the Gucci isn't aligned properly. So you can see that C and the I is just a bit out of place. If you're buying an authentic Gucci product, you're never gonna find errors like that. If you look on the bottom as well, on the soles, you can see that circle in the middle that has Gucci made in Italy. It's just a bit finer on the real thing. The same thing goes for the diagonal pattern. It just looks slightly finer than it does on the fake one. But again, these are really, really small things. So if you are trying to buy something like this online, you've got to be really, really careful with this one. It's also worth checking out these edges here. Normally on the fake ones, the finishing isn't always the best. So what happens is it becomes a little bumpy. It looks like there's little tears on the real one. As you can see, when you compare it to the fake one, it's completely smooth. So that's another thing that could help you out. In general though, on this one, I think the main things that are actually gonna help you are just the color, the structure, and then apart from that, it's just the box and dust bags and things. The box and dust bags are a lot easier to tell, so if you can ask for pictures of all of that stuff when you're trying to buy online, then definitely do that first. But obviously you do want to check the slides as well, so watch for the color, make sure it's that dark green color there, watch for the structure of that bridge I described earlier, and if you're still not sure, then look into the finer details I provided in this video. There's also a serial code inside on the fake one, which I'll show you quickly, just so you know what to be aware of. I'm not sure how clear that actually is, but that's the best I can get it to show. But that's the fake one, it's in gold writing. So yeah, that's just another thing to look out for. I'm not going to be showing that serial code on the real ones. I've explained why in a previous video, so don't bother asking about that. Alright, so that covers everything on the Gucci flip-flop review, real versus fake. Hopefully now you know how to spot some fake Gucci flip-flops. If you do still have questions, feel free to send me a message. If you need legit checks or any of that stuff, send me a DM or email. But yeah, that's all for now. Watch out for the upcoming reviews. And yeah, I'll see you guys again on the next video. Peace.